Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched Survivor Edge of Extinction Episode 12, Idle or Bust. Spoilers ahoy! If you don't want to find out what happens in this episode yet, hit that pause or stop button and go watch it. It's another really good one. So, after last week, when Rick Devens brilliantly played his idol to save himself from elimination, he is target number one on everybody's hit list. He wakes up at midnight, well, when it was still dark. I don't know if it was that early. But he wakes up while everybody's still asleep to start searching for an idol, and it pays off. He doesn't find it until the sun has actually risen. But, yeah, he gets it. But Lauren is suspicious. She thinks that he absolutely did find that idol that he played the night before, because she still has her idol, and she found it on the beach there. So she's on to Rick, but Rick still plays it off like, no, it was gifted to me from Edge of Extinction, trying to perpetuate that all advantages come from Edge of Extinction, but Lauren knows that they do not. Just some of them might. We have the reward challenge, which involves let's see, what did they have to do? They had to get a ball. Okay, so this first part, they had to throw the ball up onto this this duct ramp thing. As it rolls down the ramp, then you had to go run across like a rope obstacle. And this had me laughing so much because everybody was falling down trying to get over the ropes because their eyes were up, trying to keep track of the ball as it was rolling down, that they would just totally wipe out. And I'm surprised nobody got actually injured from that. But then they had to dig underneath a pole and then get the balls up onto a perch. There were just two balls, but they were about the size of basketballs. The prize would be a helicopter ride and a feast. Helicopter tour of the island and a feast. Gavin wins this challenge, and he chooses Victoria and Lauren, leaving out Aurora, who has actually gone the longest out of everybody who isn't Devens without any kind of reward, which was the apparent decision-making factor for Gavin, that Lauren hasn't had a reward in a while. Well, that may have been true at one point in the season. I believe that she went on reward, the loved one's reward, like in the last episode, wasn't it? Maybe no, it wasn't. It was, who was that? Who went on there? I don't remember. I have it written down, but I don't have the page turned to my whole chart of everything from the season. So back at Edge of Extinction, I thought that there was going to be the return in this episode, but as it turned out, they all got the letters that they wrote to themselves, and it motivated everybody because it was all telling themselves how great they are and everything. I don't know. I see the value of this segment, but it's saying all of these people like, oh, you're still in the game, like motivating. Oh, no, only one of those people are, and the chances of it being yeah, if they even get back in the game. No, we see in the preview that next week that one person does return, because next week is the finale, which is going to be pretty fun, I think. Immunity challenge. They had letter tiles. They had to slide across a thing and then transport them between two handles. So I had to like squeeze them together. And this is also pretty funny to watch because everybody's very overly ambitious with how many tiles that they could do at first. And then I think Gavin could have gotten, could have really won this challenge if he had not been too conservative with the number of tiles that he took across. He ended up having to go take a final trip to just take 2 tiles. Those 2 tiles could have easily been part of one of his earlier trips back and forth. But they had to do that while going across like a teeter-totter bridge and then a very narrow up and down thing. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun watching that part. And then the actual challenge, like Aurora, right before the challenge, she admits that she's awful at word puzzles. She hates word puzzles. And Rick is like, well, that's good to hear. If everybody's awful at them, then I just have to be okay at the word puzzles. Not everybody said they were awful at them, but like, that sentiment, it makes sense. The phrase that they had to make. Oh yeah, and Victoria reminding Jeff, Jeff, I'm playing. As she gets her first batch of letters across, is like, oh yeah, right, yes, Victoria has her first batch. That was pretty funny. Not living on the edge tonight was the phrase, and Rick won the challenge. So Rick is immune. He has that hidden immunity idol that he found the day before, or whatever day that was, and now the target becomes either Julie or Aurora. Julie goes to talk to Rick right off the bat when they get back to the beach, and because it's obvious that those 4 are working together, but Rick gets it in everybody's ears, and Julie gets in everybody's ears that, hey, Aurora is going to stand a better chance at winning at the end. We should get rid of her because nobody's going to vote for Julie to win because she's doing nothing or whatever. I guess that's one of the arguments that could be made. So at Tribal Council, Devin pulls out that idol and says that he's going to play it for Julie and that him and Julie are going to vote for one of the other 4. It doesn't even matter to them. They're just going to get one of them out. And so everybody goes to vote. There's a lot more stuff that went on in the Tribal Council, but that was the main idea of it. That it says that he's going to play this idol for Julie, so it's pointless to vote for her. Everybody votes, and Devins does not play his idol for Julie. He can still use it next time. He's golden at the moment. And Julie is golden as well because the only person who voted for her was Aurora. 5 votes. The majority votes to vote off Aurora. And that's like the most successful mind game trickery that I've seen. That was it seemed like a huge risky move, but he convinced everybody that he was going to do it, and he did not do it. He did not play that idol, and they went along with what he wanted them to do. Brilliant. Now here's the thing. Now Devins was voted off. Devins was immune. Even if he was immune, he still would have played it. So, but if they had somehow been able to get him off in this episode, don't you think that he has the best chance out of anybody there on Edge of Extinction to get back into the game again? He's already done before. He knows how to do it. It may be a completely different type of challenge, but he is like the most motivated person ever on Survivor right now. And he is doing he is the definition of playing this game. He's playing like multiple seasons worth of games. And like when he was like just running around, like he already had the idol, he was pretending that he was searching for it. He'd like run off, and when somebody would turn around, he'd run away and then hide and then like jump out of it. So funny. This whole episode had me laughing so much. Devins, you gotta I wasn't really on board with him. very much, if at all, through this whole season. But these last couple of episodes, like, I have to tip my hat to this guy. He's just amazing at all of this. Oh my god. I like it. I like it a lot. So the finale is next week. One person is going to get back into the game. I imagine that's in place of the next immunity challenge, I think, because I feel like it would make sense for the person to get back into the game. Then they go to tribal, and that person is the one who's immune, so that they have a little bit of a chance. And then they go into the next immunity challenge, and then the fire making challenge from there. I would assume that's the case. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited for this season. Is turned out to be one of my favorite. I'd have to really think about it. But I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I can't wait to see what happens next week. Some of the most recent seasons, I'm like, I'll get to watching this week's episode eventually. Like, I'll watch it this weekend or something like that. This one, I have, especially these last couple of weeks, like, I watched this episode as it aired, which is kind of tough with the commercials. I was like, I wish I could skip the commercials right now. I just want to see what happens next. But this, along with Amazing Race, airing back to back, is just a solid hour, plus commercial with the commercial breaks, of just having so much fun, just watching these two shows. And I feel like I haven't really felt that with either of these shows in a while. I mean, The Amazing Race, the year only having one season per year has made it easy to forget how fun that show is. And I love it so much. I love both of these shows so much right now. And I'm very likely going to watch the finale as it airs, as I did this week. And most likely, because I'm not traveling next week, I'm not going to be as exhausted and behind on everything on all these episodes like I was this week. I'll probably record the episode that night, of course, after Amazing Race airs. Then I'll do the Amazing Race episode. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Out of the people who are still in the game, I'm just rooting for Devons. The others are just kind of punks. And as far as people getting back into the game, I kind of don't even care who gets back into the game at this point. Maybe it'll be somebody who wants to work together with Devons. But if it's somebody who's like, oh yeah, we got to get him out, and now it's permanent, there's no way he can get back in now. That might be the thing. If it's somebody who's really good at the challenge, that then is the next type of challenge as well, they could absolutely win this game. So it's really up in the air. Anybody could win except for Keith and Wendy. Everybody still has a chance. That's nuts. So yeah, I think that's it for this episode. It's freaking awesome. So let me know what you thought about this episode and this season. Who are you rooting for to win at the end? If Devons gets to the end, he wins. Like, anybody who comes back from Edge of Extinction, he absolutely wins against anybody who's still in the game right now. And I don't see anybody on Edge of Extinction being able to win against him either. So whoever gets back in and whoever's still in the game, they have to get Devons out if they want to win. And there's no way they're getting him out in the next tribal council, because I believe it's the last time that he can use his idol, probably. Maybe there's 2 more times. Lauren is probably going to get to the end because she has her idol. There's no way she is not going to play it. It would be the first successful idol play, even if she doesn't get any votes, though. But maybe she uses it to help somebody else. If she's not getting any votes, but she uses it to get rid of somebody else, who's a big threat, like a Joe or a Chris or an Eric. These challenge beasts getting back into the game. Aurora getting back into the game. She could absolutely just tear through the immunity challenges from there to the end. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think if Rick doesn't win, then something crazy is going down. I mean, Wardog getting back into the game, he could stand a pretty good chance of winning some challenges as well. And I just completely forgot, like, yeah, Aubrey is still over there at Edge of Extinction. I was all about her at the beginning of the season, but now it's like, okay, if she gets back in, okay, that's cool, I guess. But it doesn't really matter because she's not going to be able to win unless they get rid of Rick Devens. So anyway, let me know what you thought about this season, who you're rooting for, who you think will win by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. Subscribe on the place where you can subscribe. Go to that website, all that stuff. Thanks for listening. This has been Survivor Edge of Extinction episode 12 here on TIW Podcasts. Stay safe out there, super friends. Bye.